Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton895, coming at you with another Transformers Earthrise review, and that is going to be the War for Cybertron Earthrise WFC E-20 Smokescreen. As soon as my camera decides to focus, there we go. So, there's the box. Really nice artwork of the Gambler himself. Of course, the box art on the back. Smokescreen, 16 steps. Just like Airwave, I'm not going to focus on the back card art, though it does say Junkion on here. I don't even know what it says on Airwave. I don't really care. But anyways, here is Smokescreen himself. Again, the Gambler. For those who've seen that G1 episode, which I still really want a new DevCon to go with this guy. Like, I like the BotCon one, but he's not. I'm not splitting him up from the set. So there's Smokescreen. Let's go ahead and just plop him on here. Get a good look around at him. So yeah, he does look very much like his Generation 1 counterpart for the most part. Like, there have been obviously some, creative liberties taken, though. I mean, this is Hasbro's products, so they can do whatever they want as long as it looks at least similar to the original design. And speaking of different designs, here is the Generation Select Siege Smokescreen. So you can see there are some differences in the figure as soon as it comes around here. Yeah, just hold it along there. So you can see it comes with the more accurate weapons, and we are going to look at the non-F upgrade weapons as well as these little wheel covers, so get a good look at those here shortly. But you can see obviously all the molding differences. Now, unlike the Siege one, this one does have a new front skirt piece to match the original, and that's pretty much it. I wish he did have a little bit of a bigger spoiler, but we'll get into that when we get to vehicle mode. So, for paintwork, he does have this really nice red, which continues down here on the legs and feet. For some reason, from what I'm seeing on the viewfinder here, the camera's picking up my hands up as kind of a yellow. I don't know what's going on with the exposure, but hopefully in the actual video it's coming out as it should. So here is one of the little issues here. For some reason, Hasbro loves doing these little clips. Like I pointed out in my Gigawatt video, they love doing these little clips instead of just going back to the little metal pin through the wheel. It really drives me nuts. But he does come with just a regular blue rifle and Prowl and Blue Streak style launchers, which, you could use the Siege one if you want to, but since they recently came out with them, we'll go ahead and take these out, as well as this one, and we'll give him the ones from non-F. So here's one of the little shoulder launchers. God, this exposure is weird. No, and actually it's the white balance. It is all over the place. So sorry if everything's coming out in this weird yellowy tinge. So, yeah, there's that. And it can work for either him, the Earthrise or the Siege. Just comes out a little bit more flush. Just plugs into there. And of course a more accurate rifle. I mean, it's not too much different, but it does fit color scheme wise, and just aesthetically looks a little bit better than the Hasbro one. Now, if you don't want the non-F ones, which, I do really like the non-F one, but there are other versions out there. I believe one is the ZXB, which, to my knowledge, is still sold out pretty much everywhere. Gives, some more accurate looking weapon, especially when we get to Blue Streak. Like, has a more silver, kind of a bluish silver for the rims, and the shoulder launchers do articulate. But for now, I think this works fine for Smokescreen. All I need now are the repro labels, which Toy Hacks has, teased an image, so we'll get that classic 38 instead of the 80. But yeah, he looks pretty good. Articulation, head is on a ball joint. It actually gets a lot more up, and well, just a lot more up. Fairly easier to move around than the Siege. Shoulders. Now you gotta remember to keep these down, or else the body will just kind of come up. If you leave these down and just put a little bit of leverage on them, they won't come up as easy. So you get all the way out to here on the shoulder, all the way around if you don't have these doors out, but just up to there and back. Get bicep rotation 360, just over 90 degrees at the elbow, wrist swivel 360, 360 at the waist, all the way out here at the hips. I'm just noticing, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but the waist piece is actually kind of a greenish color compared to the gray of the abdomen. That's a little weird. I never noticed that before. Huh. But yeah, all the way out, you get a thigh swivel, more than 90 at the knee due to transformation, forward and back at the foot, also due to the transformation, and all the way to there at the ankle. So, go ahead and get this guy into vehicle mode. Just take off all these weapons. And one thing I will point out is I really do like how he's practically got no backpack on him. The roof of the car contours nicely to the rest of his body. So, yeah, that looks really good. Nice Autobot symbol there. Okay, so let's get this out of here and start on this transformation. So from here, you want to go ahead and open up this section, flip these back. I want to put a little leverage on this tab just to rotate it up to there. Same thing on this side, a little bit of pressure as you rotate it up into place. And I like to go ahead and plug the legs together. Then from here, go ahead and lift up the whole arm assembly. Bring this section down. Just be careful because the hinges here have been breaking on Blue Streak and it could spread to Smokescreen and Prowl. So just carefully bring this down around. Rotate the waist 180 degrees. Collapse the knees down, then followed by the hips, and just continue until this whole thing kind of slips under the roof there. So you get that all cleaned up, lined up, and the feet should collapse onto the back of the legs. And from here, just want to fold. You want to fold this little section up until it clicks. Okay, it doesn't all. Well, okay, there we go. A little bit louder of a click than I expected, more of a snap, but don't put too much pressure on it to where it breaks, obviously. So rotate the shoulders down, tab them in, bring this whole section down. There is a little tab here. I don't know what I did with my spudger. There's a little tab right here. That'll go into a slot right there. We'll just tab in like that. So rotate down, down. Okay, there we go. And close up the door on this side. And there we have Smokescreen in vehicle mode. Let me get the Siege one in vehicle mode and we'll continue from here. Alright, so here we have Smokescreen in vehicle mode and looking fantastic. I do really love this new Datsun design, or similar to the Datsun molds that we're used to. And yeah, fits really well with everything. The only issue, being of course the inaccurate 80, which, like I said before, Toy Hex seems to be fixing that with the tees they put out here a few days ago. Also the hubcaps, which, like I said, I've got enough upgrade to fix that. But overall, paint job looks really good. Here's compared to the Siege one, and I already got them all armored up. But you can see on the Siege one, the red is a lot more muted, where it's a little bit more vibrant here. Got that that's kind of like dome windshield thing going on here. So, yeah. As far as weapons go, actually, let's go ahead and put these little wheel covers on, or hubcaps, however you want to refer to them. And just pop them in. Don't really pop in, they just kind of slide in. Come on. There's that one. That last one. There we go. So, already looking a lot better than originally. Yeah, they don't spin with the wheels, but neither did the hubcaps on Grapple. And I'm just now noticing again, just like in robot mode, the tires are now this weird shade of green that's looking a little weird. And then I'm looking like in hand seeing this now. But yeah, rolls just fine. I mean, a couple of them that kind of seize up a little bit, but just give them a spin, they work fine. So, as far as other weapons go, fix the exposure on this again. There we go. Do have the stock ones that he comes with. Just kind of slide into all these ports. So you got that. Looks alright. Looks like, you know, something out of James Bond with them coming out like that. Or, you know, the way I am going to have it, you know, if I have them in vehicle mode, of course, with the non-off upgrades, which I'm going to have them with robot mode. And yes, these are still blast effect compatible. I'm going to have that. So there you go. White balance and exposure on this are all over the place. It's been so long since I've used this camera. So bear with me while I get used to things again. But yeah, looks pretty good with the non-off upgrades. Like I said, I might check out the other ones that are available out there, especially for Blue Streak. And they also add like this little thing here to fill out the color in the chest, so you don't see that extra bit of blue. It'll be gray on Smokescreen, red on Blue Streak, and black on Prowl. So there you got that for the Earthrise Smokescreen. Again, compared to the Siege one. So you got that. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really love this new Datsun mold. As you've seen, Blue Streak made it into my top 10 just because of the color scheme. I really do like Smokescreen here. It's going to look even better when I get the Toy Hex labels and everything. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out all the links down in the description. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as all the other channels I give a shout out to normally. I really need to start posting things on Facebook and Instagram again. So right now it's pretty much just Twitter. So, that being said, we'll see you guys next time.